Alright guys, it's BLM here, we're back, it's the next morning, and we're going to continue on here. And I just got done watching the Australian Survivor finale, and that was something. But whatever, we're going to do this quest here. I believe this is a main quest, right? Yeah, we're still doing the main quest, so alright. But yeah, Australian Survivor, I was right. But to be honest, I'm not super happy that I was right. And also, I'm very surprised by who voted for who. In that. So, okay, yeah. So, Sean won final immunity, voted out Brian. I don't think that was that big of a surprise. And I did say last night when I was talking about it, or, yeah, it was last night, yeah, that I think it's going to be Shane and Sean. I think Shane's going to end up winning. Though I didn't see how it would happen, but based on the editing, based on everything about the show, I just really didn't see Sean winning at this point. And, yeah, I was right. And, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. Like, I don't think it's the biggest travesty in the world. Like, it's not like Tyler against Casey, where I think Tyler and Big Brother, where Tyler like very clearly played a much more dominant game. Here, I think they both played very flawed games. Where again, Shane wasn't really like on the right side of the vote. I mean, she was on the right side of the vote, but I mean, like, she wasn't in the majority grouping until after swap, and even after that she lost the majority at around the final 9 when Matt goes home. Was playing from the bottom for a while, and then you got Sharn, who was in the majority group throughout the entire beginning of the game, and same thing as I mean, their end games are very similar. The problem I have with Sean's game is that she did need the immunity idol to stay in the game. But the thing is, she was the more active player out of the two. She was the one that like made more decisions, that is seen going up to people and telling them what to do, that sort of thing. So she is the more active player, and I would have voted for Sean. However, I don't think this is the biggest travesty, but I do think Sharon should have won. And I do think if that, like, because with the way that they're portraying it, again, I haven't watched the reunion yet. I just watched the vote, and that's it. And then I looked up on who the votes were for who, and she lost Matt's vote, she lost Monica's vote, which I thought were two votes that were pretty locked for her. Brian, Shawnee, Finale, not as big of a surprise for me, but those two are surprised. And who'd she get? She got Steve. Like, Sharon got Steve. Fuck, who is it? Robbie, Steve, Benji, and Sam. Which, yeah, I think both Monica and Matt Rogers are really surprising to me. And I think if the Matt Rogers vote was because of, like, oh, she didn't tell me I was getting voted out, that's complete fucking bullshit. I mean, to be honest, I mean, Shane did, both of them actually did pretty poorly in the final tribal council speeches, in my opinion. Like, Shane just wasn't willing to throw Shauna under the bus until they really had to like, pretty much beg her to throw her under the bus. And then with Sharn, it's like, she really made that loyalty thing like her main point at the beginning, which again, I think is a big mistake when you're against someone who, like Shane, who also had a loyalty sort of game. I mean, really, the thing that Sharn should have been focusing on is how proactive she was in the game. While she didn't mention it, obviously. What are we doing here? Switch the real. Okay. We already completed this location, right? Yeah, we must have. Yeah, made a big mistake, I think, in her pitch. And then, like, when she was, like, called out for it, I feel like she just wasn't saying the right things. I mean, like, when she was called out of being loyal, like, I'm not being loyal because she didn't tell Matt, which I think is a ridiculous claim to begin with. But like, even when she was called out for it, it's like her response is, well, I was loyal, which was funny. Oh, we completed a fucking... I didn't even notice we fucking completed one. Okay. Oh, cool. We don't even need to be... Okay. We don't even need to be undetected for this. Something we should do, though, is lower our bounty, because, again, we don't really want to deal with that in the middle of a main quest. Okay. What do we get, inventory-wise? No. We'll keep the one that we have. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, it's the wrong building. Fuck. Oh, wait, it's this building. Yeah, I think this is it's been a pretty long string, I think, this year of jury votes I was not really happy with on these shows. Actually, maybe that's not the case. Maybe, I think it's just I'm remembering the ones I didn't like more than the ones I did like. Because, I mean, I was happy with New Zealand, and I was happy with South Africa. But... Yeah, okay, wait, where are we going now? Okay, that way. Yeah, this was a jury vote. I mean, again, I'm not, like, out of the three this year I can think of right away with Ghost Island. What was it? Ghost Island and the other one. What the fuck's the other one? Oh, and Big Brother 20. Oh, and technically Celebrity Big Brother, too. I forgot about that. But out of these jury votes, I think this is the one I'm least frustrated by. Because, again, I don't think it was that big of a difference between the two. Well, I think like Shane played a Sharn played a much more like quote unquote dominant game, like in the sense that she was in more control of her fate than I think Shane was. Sharn made a lot of mistakes, a lot more mistakes than Shane did, and mind you, I do think Shane would have made those mistakes if she was given the opportunity to make those mistakes. But again, Sharn was the bigger target. She needed the idol, which is bad, and whatever else. Yeah. It is what it is. I'm not that upset about it, but I do think Sharn should have won. Yeah, it sucks that it came down 5-4 too. Yeah, there's been a lot of close votes this year. Ironically, I just realized all the close votes are the ones that I'm frustrated with.
The votes were counted, and Anaxagoras...
Actually, not necessarily, because... Yeah, all of them were really close votes. God damn. There's been, what, 5 close votes this year, I mean? 4 or 5, somewhere on there? I mean, New Zealand was a 4-3, right?
Be slow to fall into friendship.
Obviously, this was a 5-4. Big Brother was a 5-4.
It will be more difficult for me now that Anaxagoras must leave Athens.
Oh, Socrates. Oh.
He and Pericles were much closer. It's strange. Pericles wasn't here today to defend him.
Yeah, Ghost Island obviously was a 5-5.
Would Pericles normally defend someone?
A good friend? Of course. Yet, Anaxagoras...
But yeah, that must suck, though. I feel bad for Brian, too, because you could tell Brian, like, once he saw what the challenge was, he was like, fuck, I'm fucked.
You said you were close.
He was like a mentor to me. Many of my best
Wow.
thoughts came to fruition through our conversations.
Who are you?
Ask anyone and they'll tell you Socrates. But a name gives you nothing. Our actions determine who we are, and every action has its pleasures and its price. With that said, then, who do you claim to be?
My
Yeah.
name is Cassandra.
And still, I don't feel I know you. Perhaps I can find out who you are a different way.
You want to know me?
Knowledge is the one good in this world. Surely you agree?
Yeah.
Of course. Knowledge drives everything I do.
Then we are the same in that way.
Knowledge of when to attack, what weapon to use, or when to use reason instead of violence.
We seem to put our love of knowledge into practice quite differently.
I use it how I need to.
You are clearly someone who would do whatever you feel is necessary. Perhaps for drachmi, or maybe to further a personal goal.
That describes a lot of people.
I suppose I'm curious why you did it. How could I not be when you're the reason my friend is being forced to leave the only home he's ever known?
Yeah.
I did what I was asked to do.
And your needs are greater than those of the man you helped ostracize. Still, you raise a fine point. Who is more responsible? Anaxagoras for getting himself mixed up in this, or you for simply sealing his fate?
I'm
He
not
is.
responsible for his actions. I have one thing to think about. My own.
Then I hope you also think about today, a about Anaxagoras, about choice.
Socrates, there you are.
Here I am.
You're late. They're all waiting for you.
I wish to see Anaxagoras' fate, and so I have. Tell them I'm on my way. Well, it seemed our conversation is at its end. Although I hope it isn't the final one we have.
I wouldn't know.
Okay. What the strange man? Okay, what the fuck? Why do we have to wait, did we level up too? Yeah, we did, I think. Yeah, why is our bounty so high? Where'd that come from? Okay, inventory, we got new shoes that are not that good. Neither of these are that good, so let's get rid of them. Actually, critical chance when low health. No, we'll keep the ones we have. And then ability point. What should we do? Like a lot of these we can't upgrade fully yet because we need the other thing. Wait, what does this do? Further reduced enemy detection distance is reduced in crouch. But then again, I'm not really. I feel like this is a game where I'm not even really trying to use stealth that much. Alright, sorry, I'm moving closer to the TV. Supposedly from what I hear, this is really good, Ring of Chaos. But the thing is, like, where are we gonna put it? Because I feel like I like the skills that we have now. Like, I don't feel like there's much of a point in buying everything in the skill tree, especially because there's not a trophy for it. I don't believe, at least. So I think we'll go for... During this time. Requires no adrenaline. During this time, all enemy attacks are non-lethal. Maybe we'll do that. But, okay, are we gonna replace the fire with this? Yeah, I think there's like too many good skills here. Where are we gonna put this? Maybe replace the poison. I don't know, supposedly poison's really good though. We just haven't been using it. I don't know. Yeah, there we go, leveled up. Alright, so now what? We have one more quest, I believe, right? One more main quest. Yeah, escape from Athens. Alright. We're on 13 minutes in, so it's not that late either. So, alright, let's do it. So, where's this? Over there? Okay. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to hear why people like Monica and Matt Rogers flip. Like, if they really flip their vote. Because, I mean, they were definitely pro-Sharn before. Like, in Ponderosa and everything, or the Drury Villa. So it's like, it'll be interesting to see why they flipped, if it really was because of that final tribal. But we'll see. Because, I mean, the thing is, Steve didn't flip. Like, Steve was still voting for Sharn. So I feel like it's very, very likely that Matt flipped at that final tribal. Which, if it is, I feel like that's a shame that he did. Because I feel like the argument that, what was it? Oh, Sharn didn't tell me, so that means she's disloyal is fucking ridiculous, but whatever. Because again, she was planning on using the idol on you. That's the thing that was frustrating about Sharn, though, is that she didn't mention that as her... Like, that's the easy thing to say. Like, oh, I didn't tell you because I was planning on using the idol on you. I mean... Like, I don't get why she didn't say that. Maybe she did and they edited it out and it didn't, like, no one cared. But I feel like that's the easy response to that. But it is what it is. Again, she lost 5-4. Again, but the editing's just been so pro Shane. I just found it very unlikely that Sharn would have won that final 2 to begin with, just based on the editing.
And until I'm told otherwise, no one is going in or out.
Stand aside. This is important.
So is keeping people out.
Yeah, a lot of close votes this year. Holy shit. That's something I never even realized. Which is weird because for a while, I'll just tell him the truth.
I'm working for Pericles. He wants me to see Phidias.
Well, I'm working for the people of Athens and they want Phidias dead. Now buck off or you're dead too.
Everyone has a price. How much drachmi is this going to take?
Depends how much you have.
500?
Here,
Yeah, sure.
take it.
That'll do just fine. You tell anyone I did this and you're as good as dead.
Funny. I was going to say the same to you.
Okay. Fuck. No? Why? Oh, okay. This is ridiculous, but whatever. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's weird how many close votes there are now. Like, because for a while there was like I remember like a few years ago, like every fucking vote would be almost unanimous.
How did you get past the guard?
And to be honest, it feels like the way the jury thinks about the game is changing, and like kind of in the opposite direction of what it. I don't know if it should be is the right term, but like in the opposite way that. No, like it feels like they used to there was a point where like all juries were just thinking game, and it feels like now juries are definitely like thinking more personally. Like with all these games, I feel like even with Survivor, with Survivor Ghost Island. I mean, there are people like Kellen, people like Seabass, people like Angela that voted for Wendell because of personal reasons, not really because they necessarily thought he played a much better game or anything. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird how this seems to be a recent trend, and I really don't know why that is, considering like again, like back in 2014, 2013 sort of era, like the era like where Derek wins Big Brother, where Tony wins Survivor, where Natalie. I mean, again, these are probably bad examples because again, they were against people that. Well, I mean, again, like Derek against Cody, that's a tough one because I think that's one where they liked both of them, but they definitely respected. All right, whatever. We're all right. Let's just continue. We need to get you out of here.
He sent me to get you out of Athens.
So he knows about the plot.
You mean the trial? From what I've seen, you don't stand a chance.
The people love me. I am the Phidias. But there are others.
But yeah, it's weird. Definitely seems to be a more. I don't know. Is it a recent trend? I mean, because again, like with obviously with Big Brother, this season, it seemed like a good amount of people were voting more personally with people like. But I'm not saying there's anything wrong with voting personally, like with who you like more instead of who you necessarily think played the better game.
Of course.
Even though I think like for people like Bailey, I think it was like both the case where she thought Casey played the better game for some fucking reason, and she also thought and also she liked Casey more at that point. But again, I think there's people like Rockstar where I don't think that's necessarily the case, and I think there's people like Scotty who does not necessarily think that's the case. And I think there's people like even Sam, but I don't think Sam even gives a shit about the game to begin with. So yeah. I think about Scotty that's so fucking weird is that like I believe the first tweet he did after he got out of the house was like retweeting a thing that said like, oh, Tyler played one of the best games. And like, what the fuck are you doing?
All right, we need
all right, let's
to
go.
Do you have any idea where I can take you?
South of Athens, there's an island called Serifos.
My friend
Have we been there?
Felix
I feel like
lives
we've been there, right?
When I discovered the plot against me, I sent word to him. If anyone can help us, he can.
Any clues he has of the cultists' identities, I want them.
Yes, yes, anything. A guard.
I'll distract them while you sneak out. Meet me tonight to set sail for Serifus. Don't show your face until you see me at the docks.
But then you got like Survivor New Zealand, where they definitely did not
Didn't
vote
really think
personally.
I'd
I
let
mean,
you
half the
down
jury
in
did, but then the other half did
did
not.
you? Now, where
I
are
mean,
you?
they kind of did too. It's strange. I mean, again, like this is always the thing, but it's like usually it's not the majority of the jury that thinks that votes for personal reasons. Well, it feels like something. I don't know, maybe I'm completely off on this. Actually, the more I think about it, I don't know how accurate this really is. But I don't know. Okay, so there is a mercenary up here that I would go after if my fucking horse ever showed up. God damn. Wait. Let's go after that mercenary. Oh, he's level 20. Oh, he's our level. So it'll probably be a tough fight, but I think we could do it. No, hurry up. Okay. So, do we have to kill... Like, why are we working for Pericles if he's the leader and we can kill him? Like, isn't that kind of weird? Like, what happens if we just go ahead and kill Pericles right now? Like, could we do that? Fuck. Let's just do it, whatever. There we go. No, what the fuck? I'm pushing the fucking thing. Okay, there. That did almost no damage. Oof. Ooh. It's funny how little damage arrows do in this game, but they're still super fucking helpful. For like enemies like this, where like they're super fucking aggressive. Okay. There we go. Got it. Alright, cool. So, we're on tier 6 now. Cool. Yeah, almost all the mercenaries are actually our level now. So, well, there's 6 of them that are our level. No, 5 of them that are our level, and all the ones after I assume are higher. But all right, where's this new mercenary? Oh shit! Okay, no, we're not doing that. Okay, whatever. Let's do the main story again. Is that better than this one? I think it is, isn't it? Well, I mean, fuck. I mean, it's like better, but not in the things I want to be better in. Yeah, let's use it, I guess. I don't know if that was the right decision. Oh well. Alright, let's go do the mission. How far into this are we? I don't have the timer in front of me. Okay, 24 minutes. Oh, we have to do it at night. Yeah, like Australians, right? Like, yeah, I thought like Brian, Shawnee, and Nella were very clear Shane votes, even though like from the way it looks, I don't think they were as clear as. I feel like from the edit, it was clear that that was the case, especially with Chanel, Chanela, where they always showed them being like, keep on saying things about Shane, like, oh my god, we hate her or whatever, like she's, whatever, like they kept on showing negative things about them, saying stuff about Charm, but never about Shane, even though you knew they were also saying the same things about Shane. So it's like, I think that was pretty clear that they were going to vote for Shane in that final two. And again, I think Brian, obviously, I always talk negative things about Sharn, which, again, like, I mean, you would think that that would be, like, a respect sort of thing, but I guess not. Like, he always talked about how, like, she's the better, we need to get her out because she's the biggest threat and all that sort of stuff, and then, whatever.
Good. You made it. I was beginning to worry.
I told you I'd get you out of Athens.
So you did.
Okay.
Can your friend be trusted?
Theras and I have been friends for a long time. I just sent word telling him where to meet us.
Wasting time will only get us into trouble. Let's head to Serifos while we still can.
Were we doing this all for again? I don't even fucking remember why we're even doing this. Like, it's for Pericles, whatever his name is, but why do we even need him again? Alright, wait. So the island that we're going to, that's when we already completed, right? Yeah, okay, it's this one.
In position for sailing!
The helm's all yours, Commander.
So I take it there's gonna be some naval fighting here. Naval fighting. Yeah, naval combat, whatever.
We are pulling up to that salvage.
I never thought we'd have it. Good.
I've left places I've called home.
Oh, lovely. Can we upgrade the ship actually while we're at it? I haven't been paying attention. 125? I don't think so, right? Yeah, there's nothing we can. What's the minimum we need for wood? I think 220 is probably gonna be it. 220. Yeah, 220. Yeah, okay.
I think Sus and Ira are having another fight. Look at that smell.
What's that island ahead of us? That, my friend, is the famous island of Ostracized. The place where Athens defeated the Persians.
Enemies are close! Get ready!
They are going to
Ah,
hit
fuck.
us. Don't waste arrows.
I need archers! Fire the volley!
Fuck. That was
Ready yourself for impact! Archers! Ready yourself! Fire the ship! Fire! Everyone! Brace!
Yeah, I didn't pay attention. Like, how good is the brace in this game? Because in Origins, it was like extremely fucking overpowered. And it was like ridiculously overpowered.
It's only a merchant ship, Commander.
Ready yourself!
Where like if you're embraced, like you don't get injured by anything. And it was like really fucking funny.
Commander, that's a merchant ship. Give us a chance to reload.
Archers! Get ready! Sail down! Ready yours!
Yeah, I
Archers
don't.
to the front!
I feel like what's really missing here is like some sort of mortar, sort of equivalent. Then again, obviously this is in the past, so it's like I don't know if they really had anything to that nature back then. But still, I feel like that's something that could really be helpful from a gameplay perspective.
They're setting fire on us.
Now they'll burn!
Release them. They're set to lose.
think we're good. I mean, like, unless they, like, come up with, like, a billion more ships, like, I feel like we're good.
Archers! We need you!
Something we should do, though.
Lower the sail!
We might as well ram into that ship so we can loot it.
Get that sail up! Get ready to fire! Really? Enemy! They're not- Nothing to worry about.
Ah, fuck. Sorry about that. Yeah, which, from what I understand, there's, like, very little benefit to actually boarding ships in this game.
Get the oars out! Ship the oars! Ready to shoot!
It's so weird, too, how, naval gameplay is directly connected to your character and everything. Like how the level of the ship is the level of your character for some fucking reason. I feel like that's really dumb as well. There we go. And supposedly that gives you the most stuff if you cleave a ship like that or whatever. Alright, alright, well, I mean, we got some shitty armor. We might as well look at it. Yeah, it's not good. I mean, it's not bad. It actually increases all the stats, but again, like armor-wise, it's not that good. So, yeah. Let's go to the island that we were trying to go to. We'll finish off this mission before we end the episode, I think, because I would think we're pretty close to the end of this mission. I would assume the end would be getting to the island.
Look there! Salvage!
Who knows? Maybe there's more ships. But either way, we're not ending
Lower
here.
the oars!
Ah, fuck, is there more ships? Are there? Where are they? If there are any.
Oars in! Full sail!
Huh. It says we're in combat, but I don't know with who. But I might as well get done with all the survivor talk and stuff here. Yeah, I wonder if Brian would have won if he made it to the end. From the sounds of it, it sounds like a no, and to be honest, I was assuming it was a no most of the time anyway. But yeah, I feel bad for Brian because I mean, like, the thing is about Brian though is that he fucked it up entirely himself. Like he could have easily had a much better road to the end, and he completely fucked it up at every turn. First up with the dead man walking vote, with voting Steve there, and then also voting out Steve next. Like that was a big mistake. The final 6th vote was a big mistake where obviously he changes his vote, getting rid of the split vote, which causes Fenella to go home. And really that was just his downfall already, those 2 votes, because at the final 5 again, he was always playing his idol for himself. Like you can't fault him for playing the idol on himself, but obviously all that caused so much animosity from Shawnee that
You don't have to do that.
Do what?
Fill the silence.
Oh, I wasn't trying to do that.
that his vote went to I mean that the vote went to Monica, which well, at the time that Monica goes home, his game's done unless he wins out, and even if he wins out, he probably still doesn't win. So it's like his game was done. Again, like I think the best shot he would have had is against Monica, and he could have tried to say, "Oh, I played more," and whatever. Like because I mean,
Is your stomach
he should have won
grumbling as
against
much as
Monica.
mine is?
But
You'll get used to it.
even though I do think Monica probably wins that. I think she pretty much wins that. Like I don't think that. I think Brian does get votes though. I think he gets Sam's vote. I think he probably gets Benji's vote, and through that maybe Robbie as well. Yeah, I mean because Robbie's still a fucking idiot too, which is funny. He's still say, oh, you won, Sharn. You won the most challenges. That's what Survivor really is. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? But still, that was funny when he voted. Yeah, I just love the show, like throwing him under the bus, making him look like an idiot every turn. That's pretty great. I mean, that's because he is a fucking idiot. But I mean, like, it's still funny that they're showing it all the time, like, even from the jury and everything. Okay, so what now? Yeah, those Athenians will never find him on the island right next to Athens. Okay.
It's good to see you alive and well, Phidias.
And you, Theras. As you can see, I didn't get here alone.
Ah, yes. The kind and thoughtful hero you mentioned in your letter.
I'm glad I could get him out alive.
And for that heroism, I found some information on a man named Brisson who's plotting Phidias' early demise. Hopefully you can make something of this clue.
I can.
Please give Pericles my thanks and my farewell. And be careful. I still believe many in Athens are in danger.
Cool.
That's everything Pericles wanted. Time to return to him and find out.
Oh yeah, we want information on her mother. Wait, what was that? No, what did it say? Damn it, something about the cultists. Who do we learn about? This guy.
I swear on my life and the lives I will take from others, I will not fail the cosmos again.
It's pretty weak. But yeah, eventually we are gonna take down all the Cult of Cosmos people, even the ones that we don't do through the main story. However, we'll probably go ahead and do that towards the end of the game, though. Like probably around sequence. Hopefully this game isn't like Brotherhood, where like between sequence 8 and 9, it's like they don't give you any time to free roam, because that's kind of where I plan on doing all the open world stuff, like the mercenary stuff and the cultist stuff. I kind of want to do that after sequence 8, but before sequence 9. Hopefully they give us time to do that. We'll see. I'm hoping, because if they don't, then fuck. But that is the plan, because I do want to do it before we finish the game. Still no. Okay, so what's the new quest? We're gonna end the episode after we... Okay, well that's a fucking long name. Alright, wait, let's just make sure we don't have any other quest here. We shouldn't, but just making sure. So the thing I don't get about this either is that supposedly you don't have to actually do all this stuff to finish the game. Which I find weird. Which I just realized something. This better not be what it was fucking taught. I just realized something. Because this is the thing. Like, I remember the writers, when they were talking about the game, there's 3 storylines. There's the Cult of Cosmos storyline, which I'm assuming is this. There's the family storyline, which they said is the main story of the game, which I'm assuming is this. And then they said there's the Isu storyline, which hopefully is not this. And this is it, because this is nothing if this is the fucking Isu storyline of literally just upgrading our fucking blade. But we'll see, I guess. Oh yeah, okay. This is something we'll do throughout just the playing through the game. Eventually we'll go ahead and finish the same thing with the Blind King. That's just doing viewpoints around the world. This we'll do when we get there. This we'll do when we get there. Those are whatever. And then these are just yeah. So yeah. All right. So yeah. It seems like that is everything. I just realized something else. So we've gotten at least one in like almost every branch here. So that's interesting. Wait, did I mark the mission? Oh, I did. Okay. So I'm assuming that's back in Athens. Yeah. All right, let's fast travel here and then we'll end the episode. But again, story-wise, I really don't care so far. Like, I really don't. Yeah, I don't give a shit about Cassandra and whatever. I'm assuming what's going to turn out is that her they're after her because of her first Civ DNA or something to that nature, which I think is probably going to connect her. This might be a spoiler because I kind of have a hint at this, but alright, spoiler alert. I think she's going to end up connecting to like Atlantis, which I think Atlantis is going to end up being like a first Civ sort of thing. Yeah. And maybe that's what they're after. Are they after Atlantis? Is that what they're searching for, maybe? Because, spoiler, I know Atlantis is in the game. I don't know. I do believe it's in the main story. I don't know that for sure, but I do know it's in the game, which I'm assuming would be in the main story because it'll be kind of weird if it isn't. Which also, actually, to be honest, though, when I found out it was in the main story, which was a few days ago, I was kind of surprised because I thought they were going to save that entirely for the DLC. But we'll see what the DLC is then. Because it's called The Fall of Atlantis, right? So, I mean, I take it some shit's going to go down there. But either way, we're done. We'll see if what I believe is going to happen will happen. But for now, thank you for watching.